You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. Me and Yanko. We just ran a service call, and it did rain overnight, so it was a little wet. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if they dumped it out. Well, we'll walk over here. But on the chopper, I got a grease line that I noticed was broken. So yeah, we got 2/10 of an inch. Nothing too crazy, which is good because, well, as you saw in the previous episode, we battled some wet ground. Hoping not to battle too much more of that, but we'll dive into just getting this greased up, getting it all through. So this grease line that goes up to a central grease bank right there is broken. I gotta see where it goes to. We'll get that fixed and then get right into chopping. So I appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, dropping comments. A lot of good comments. I got to get around to answering a bunch of them, but if I'm boogieing along, I don't stop and answer it. I also noticed that this wire's hanging here, so we got to zip tie that up. Alrighty, I'll dive into fixing this and we'll see where we get to. Into our second field of the day. Waiting on the semi to get going over there, and Andy got stuck in a wet spot back here. We just towed it out. Nothing too major. I figured it was going to be a little wet in the back corner. It dips down and then it's a hill. You'll see it when we're going around here. But yeah, this corn's a little past, not all that bad. But this will be the last stuff that we're going to chop in Carlisle. Our wet field, we made the decision, or we replanted, made the decision that we're going to daily chop it or every other day chop it and feed it out. Because it's not mature enough yet. And then that will give us some time that the pit is actually closed and it can ferment some. So we're not feeding corn that is 2 days fermented and then 10 days fermented and so on and so on. But that is our plan as of right now. Hopefully it does stay drier this fall and it doesn't just rain and then we're battling the mud every day. If that's the case, we'll just give up on that field. But that means after this, we're headed to Concord. So our last 30 acres is in Concord. So longer hauls, which isn't going to be very great, but I'd like to be done with it by tomorrow. And then on to my next job. Last load headed out from any of the corn at the farm. So we're gonna go make a journey and go see what the other corn looks like. Really haven't looked at some of it. Some of it's gonna be pretty good. Some of it might be a little dry. Most of it will be pretty good, I think. This is what truck drivers do. They love it. They talk to each other. They have feelings. They talk about trucking. I don't know what they talk about, actually. All harvest, we've been within 5 miles of the farm so far. We're moving to fields that are like 10, 12 miles. So I drastically lose my efficiency with not having enough trucks. But it is part of it. In previous videos, people have said, why don't you just farm ground that's closer? There is no ground closer. It works because when we're in the rhythm, trucks can boogie along and everything else, and like grass and stuff like this. And some of those farms is gonna be grass again. One of my fields is gonna be grass. The farm has a field that's gonna be grass over there. So it works out because we do a giant circle and you go past these fields in your travels. But yeah, this is not farm country if you haven't picked up on it, and there's not fields right out the front door. We'd be done chopping corn if all of our fields were within a mile of our house, like done 2 days ago. But we do a lot of road running, a lot of moving around, and it's just the nature of the beast. You just gotta work your plan it out right, and be efficient with it. So that is what we're at. Faster chopper will be cool for this moment because this goes 16 miles an hour, and as of this point right now, I think I got 8 miles left to go. to the next field. But from the next field, then it's a half mile to the other one, and so on and so on. All part of it. I do have the field I picked. One of the fields I picked up is the furthest field away, but the opportunity came that I could run it, and I took it. You got to get into farming somehow. Granted, yeah, I'm not making any money off that field this year, but it's all part of it. We'll see. Alrighty, hammer down. These cars going around both me and the silage truck behind me, which is illegal and dangerous, but yeah, it's illegal. And it's very dangerous, so yeah, both things I think equal out each other. We're just trying to get harvest done. I did see some counties in like New York, the police put up on like Facebook pages and notices and whatnot, like there is going to be more equipment around during harvest time. Please be cautious. Yeah, out here, we live in suburbia, granted. People don't even slow down usually for tractors. Well, here we go into the woods. Into the woods we go. How's it look up there? That's deep. Oh yeah, there's some corn up there. We got a little run. And he's got some corn on him. Some road running to do in this field, so making it count. I fully expected all this corn to be really dry. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. 3 trucks. We'll make easy work of this. Hopefully we'll get on to another one, maybe open some up. That way we got less to do tomorrow. That's the plan. Chopper's loving it though. My goal was to build mesh sides for that and put a tarp on it, but we didn't get around to that, so these long hauls, I can't heap them all the way up, but that's pretty loaded. I'm gonna say, yeah, we got 2 more loads in here probably. Got the outside row. Well, if I had 2 more semis, we'd have 2 more loads for sure. But then we got a little field that I can just do with the Mac. What time is it? 7 o'clock, so then it starts getting dark pretty quick here. Waiting on trucks, finished up my lunch actually. Enjoyed the slowly setting sun and the planes flying over, and then the mosquitoes started eating me, so I decided to get back in here, but I hear a truck rattling through the woods right now. Well, here comes the Mac. You can hear the body when it's empty. It bounces quite a bit with that heavy duty rear end. This small, odd little field actually has some pretty good corn in it. But it is small and odd, so we're chopping, pull in, pull out, back up, chop into it, so that way he doesn't have to turn around or get stuck or make a headache. So this will work. It's like a ½ acre of this though. On the move. So we got 4 fields left here, and we did forget a tiny little one by the farm that I thought about when I was pulling out of the road at home. I said we'll get it last. And then we got that wet field that we're gonna green chop. So 4 fields over here, and then like an acre and a half back at the farm. But struggle is gonna be trucks. So we're gonna go open it up, or at least halfway open up this field. It's 11 acres. So I can't make it all the way around, but I'll go down, open up halfway, park up for the night, and then tomorrow we'll get back into it. And we'll open the rest of it the way up with the Mac, because the Mac is superior to opening. But rolling through Concord, downtown historical Concord here, it is dead. Thursday night at 8 something. I guess with COVID they shut down all the restaurants earlier, I think. And nobody looks open. Lights are on, but what a sad world we live in right now. I guess it's all part of it. I'll keep the hammer down, and we'll go finish this up. Finish up tonight. I guess Andy's back on the bunk and my brother's in the Mac, because they said just bring the Mac. Dang, I went left because I didn't want to pull the big hill with this. It just is more strain on the hydrostat. There's a train up ahead there, commuter train going into Boston or coming out of Boston. Hopefully it's not sitting there for a while, or I regret going left. Oh, there it goes. Going into Boston. So over here, we're gonna chop the farms field, which is 11 acres. And then we're gonna go chop my field that we cultivated. That was basically wasteland for a while, that we put into corn, and we're gonna actually put it back into grass. We put it into corn to break up the cycle and get rid of some of the junk that was there. And then my plan was to put it back into grass, because this other field is going back into grass. It had grub damage years ago, 2 years ago. And the only way to get rid of it, that is to well, it did get sprayed, but the best thing was, I was told, was rotate it. Don't leave it in grass. So we put it into corn, put a cover crop on it, plowed the cover crop under, put it back into corn, and my goal is to have it into grass this fall. A lot of things to do between now and then. This here is that ground that had issues, and we spread K-Mag on it. It's a little weedy up in the front. I actually rotary mowed the corn stalks that were here because it didn't do a very good job. Population was all bad. So looking at the main road, which is right here, I rotary mowed it when I came by and cleaned it all up. But I guess we can jump out and look at it because we're waiting on a truck. You getting out, bud? Get the flashlight out here. Other than some skips from the corn planter and stuff, like, this stuff is gonna yield pretty good. It's still green. I was worried about that. But that's what we like to see on a plant. This is Master's Choice 5250. They did get bought as a seed company. I haven't heard much more of what's gonna change or what's going on. But I'd say this corn's perfect. Took a lot of work. Maybe it's a little past, but as of right here, green stalks, got height to it. It came out. This stuff was looking awfully sick this spring, so rather pleased with it. And I apologize because at night with a GoPro, it challenges to focus when it's got dim lighting. But yeah, waiting on the truck. We'll open it up, then I'll leave the chopper here. Leave it tucked up in. Having it sit here next to the road is a no-no. Oh, these people mowed all their yard up here. Oh, that's good. I didn't know what was going on. I used to rotary, we used to mow, it was grass, so we'd mow this too, and then new people took over. They planted some trees, little shrubs, and well, we stopped mowing it at that point, but I'll be happy to have this back into grass. I don't know. I like trucking grass from this distance. It's a lot more corn to truck at a time, but it's kind of out of the way. Chopper's going good. Yeah, see, that's still tight. That's good. So, if this all goes according to plan, we finish up tomorrow, I get loaded, and I'm on to the next job. So, next job is pretty fun. I enjoy it. If you guys have been watching since last year, same guy. Maybe even more. We'll see. But, yeah. So, alrighty. I guess we'll hang out and wait on the truck. Like that, so opening it up at night is not one of my favorite things to do. It looks cool, but it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm glad I got my brother behind me in the Mac. He's pretty damn good at it, so not saying Andy's not, but my brother's got more driving experience. Tomorrow, I think, too. This corn surprisingly came out of that magnesium deficiency very, very nicely. So I'm glad I did that. I'm glad we got it going. Get that one rotor plugged back up. Slip clutches are going in or something. Oh, come on. this year so far, and that was with the tractor with the weights. So, and that was opening up at night as well. But no trucks, so hopefully we keep it that way. Do need radios for next year. It's on my list. So I was really hoping to have another semi for this stuff, but it didn't work out as far as somebody coming in. We'll make do. Glad we're over here tonight. Gives me a bunch of daytime tomorrow to really get loads out. Get after it early and push through. Further than I thought, because it turns here and then it goes into the back field. I think that's where we're at. I can't tell. I don't remember how I planted it either, which really doesn't help. That's all we're gonna get. You guys want to see this load? Yeah, decent load, right? Yeah, this is the first day that I haven't blown it off all corn and greased it and had it ready, but we really didn't run much today. I don't know, we did 12 acres late afternoon. But we'll get out of here. Brother's driving. I'm excited for this corn. I'm excited to see it in the daytime. Yeah, pathway of corn. That's always cool. I like, you guys can't even see it all, but I appreciate you guys watching along. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be our last day of chopping our own corn, I think, and then we'll get on to the next things, and as you know, the next thing. So appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, being part of all this corn. It's wild. Been awesome. Been an awesome journey. Been really awesome on YouTube with you guys, all the fans, everybody. Working on merch. Hopefully after corn we'll get some going. So appreciate it and have a good one.